It's about this time every Wednesday that we spend a little time chatting with our friend and attorney for the injured, Bruce L. Shiner. And perhaps today is the day that you're going to get your question answered. We're about to find out. Would you please join me and help me welcome Bruce L. Shiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Todd. How are you this morning?
Doing just fine. How are things with you?
We're all doing well, thank you. We're still being careful and, with the virus out there, but everybody's doing well.
That's good to hear. And I don't know how much longer, you don't know how much longer this is going to go on, but for the duration, we've all learned to adapt. And I know in your office, which you have very little people actually in the office, you found all kinds of ways to do things digitally and virtually.
Yeah, mostly everybody's working remotely, but we're as efficient as ever in helping our clients and our cases forward.
Terrific. And I know that you're always ready, willing, and able to help, like you're probably going to be able to do with the question that I have sitting in front of me. You ready to get into it?
I am ready, Todd.
Okay. It says the following. My niece was riding on the back of a friend's motorcycle. Another vehicle made a left turn in front of the motorcycle, causing a horrific accident. I hate these motorcycle stories, but they happen. My niece required a hip replacement and neck fusion. Bills are substantial. The motorcycle driver was killed, and witnesses say both motorcycle and the other vehicle ran a red light. The motorcycle driver had minimum insurance. My niece's family has full insurance coverage for her, but since she wasn't driving and the motorcycle driver was partially at fault, my brother is worried the insurance won't help. Is there anything a lawyer might be able to do, even if both drivers ran a red light? And I'm going to say this before I turn it over to Bruce. Brothers and family members at times like this are very well-intentioned, but rarely are they experts on the law. That's why you do want to turn to a lawyer for help on something like this. So, what do you make of this, Bruce?
Well, this is a classic example of needing to contact a lawyer as soon as you possibly can because, first of all, the passenger on the back of the motorcycle didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
So, she won't be prohibited from recovery. Apparently, both drivers were at fault and contributed to the accident. So to the extent that there's insurance available, they could recover from both drivers. Unfortunately, it said the motorcycle driver had minimum insurance, but you could recover from the other driver. And then, of course, our old friend, the uninsured motorist. Almost every case, uninsured motorist comes into play, and we say it week after week. But it's just so important to get substantial limits of uninsured motorist coverage and make sure it's stacking because that's where the money would come from in this particular case or to make a recovery.
Maybe we should point out, too, the term uninsured motorist coverage is a bit of a misnomer in the sense that it doesn't just cover those who are uninsured, it covers those who are underinsured, who don't have much insurance.
That's a very good point, Todd. I'm glad you brought it out. If the other driver only has, or if the at-fault person only has minimal or whatever limits they have, if your claim is worth more than that, uninsured motorist covers that because, as you said, it's uninsured or underinsured, meaning that the person who caused the accident didn't have sufficient limits of insurance.
Many people just go with what the state minimum requirements are to keep them legal. But let's face it, that's not much if you're in a serious accident like this.
Oh, that's not much at all. And in Florida, we're the second worst state in the whole country for insurance coverage. 1 out of every 4 vehicles, or 25% of the drivers, have no insurance at all. So,
scary.
You have to protect yourself and your family with uninsured motorist coverage.
Right. Well, we hammer away at it, and hopefully it resonates with somebody who decides, hey, I'm going to call my agent today and just make sure on this. Or as you said last week, if anybody would like to call your office and ask about insurance coverage, you'd be happy to explain that to them.
I'd be happy to explain that to them. I'm happy to review their coverage because so many people don't realize, if you have two vehicles, they could even be with two different companies, but if you have stacking coverage, you could add one policy limit of uninsured motorists to the other and have double the coverage.
Awesome. And I thank you for helping us figure this out today. It does seem like there's not one, not two, but maybe even three avenues to pursue for this horribly injured young woman. So that should give some peace of mind, but definitely get to a legal professional ASAP.
Thank you very much, Todd, for letting me weigh in on that interesting question.
Oh, it's a pleasure. We always learn so much from you, and very much look forward to talking to you next week.
I look forward to it as well, Todd. Thank you.
Take care now, Bruce. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Elshiner, attorney for the injured, who, as I said, is perfectly willing and able to review your coverage with you, make sure that you've got what you need. Number to call in the Port Charlotte office is 941-743-7777, 743-7777. Tell them that Todd Matthews sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.